Welcome to the second Cinder Shire devlog video. This is going to be a pretty short video compared to the previous one because a lot of what I've been doing so far has been working on back-end code, so a lot of it is not visually presentable of a topic. So the biggest thing I've made so far is that tiles now spawn gold, chest tokens, and enemies on them. So after you place a tile, a dice roll is made, and then that determines what gets placed on it. So 1 through 6, each of the dice roll have their different values, and these values are assigned, and then it generates what spawns on them. So a chest token is basically like a chance card, something that has a 50-50 positive or negative outcome when you land on it. Gold, well, that's just gold. When your player steps on it, you gain the gold. Enemies, these are the core combat of the game. At the end of every player's turn, and each enemy moves one space towards the nearest player, and then when a player is adjacent to an enemy, that player enters combat. Before I started to rework some of my code, I implemented player combat, but the reason I am reworking some of the code was because of the issues I was getting the way Unity runs the scripts and stuff. So I would have multiple scripts running, and they'd be checking for other booleans and just values, and things were basically getting run when they should not have been, or not run when they should have been. So that's why I'm refactoring a lot of this. But player combat is basically a player gets next to an enemy, you roll dice, this sets the enemy's health and player damage and enemy damage, and then you keep doing that. You keep rolling 2 dice until that enemy's dead. And one of the core features of the combat in Cindershire is that if a player kills an enemy, they don't take damage from that turn. So that lets me introduce this other mechanic of the game that you see on the screen already. It's called attack tokens. They're like tokens, basically, like an action point or something like that, where you can use them during combat to increase your damage by 1. So basically, the utility of this is that you can use attack tokens to increase your damage up to a point to negate damage that you would have taken. The third major thing I did was I changed the movement system. So I had to get rid of the point A to point B auto pathing structure algorithm. It was leading to too many niche cases where it just could not create the path, or it would create a weird path that didn't make any sense. So I'm gonna, for now, not have that in the game, and the primary way players are going to move is going to be adding each individual node. Now, these node system, the UI right now for it, there's 4 different types of nodes. There's a path node, which is the white node. That's just a point in the path that is already a part of the path. The green nodes are your potential possible path nodes. So these are the path nodes you can select. So right now there's a bug where it shows current path nodes that are already on the path as a possible path node, so I'm going to fix that. But if you get a path node next to an enemy, it turns red, and then that becomes an enemy path node. And that's basically telling you, okay, when you stand here, you're going to enter combat with this enemy. And then there's yellow path nodes, which are basically pickup path nodes, where you pick up gold or pick up chest tokens. And essentially, that's the major changes so far. The big things to note here is that I'm refactoring a lot of this stuff. I'm trying to get rid of technical debt and stuff like that. I know it's very early on, so the fact that I have technical debt is kind of an issue, but I'm also teaching myself Unity at the same time, so I am not that shocked that I'm getting sort of doing things maybe not necessarily the most proper way, but this is a good exercise for me to teach myself to code in Unity and learn game design at the same time. But I'm pretty happy with where the game is progressing right now. I'm pretty happy that I've been able to get all these systems. I really like the dice system, that it's physics-based and it's not predetermined. I think that's a really good aspect of the game. So that's good to know that I have some pretty solid foundations right now. And I'm excited to get it in a state where I know exactly how it's planned and it's going to be functioning good. And it's good to get rid of the spaghetti code sort of stuff right now when I'm sort of in the infancy of developing the game. If you want to stay up to date with the development of this game, please follow this YouTube channel and the subscribe button and the bell. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.